If you're in a bad marriage, I'm sure you'll agree that it's torture not knowing whether you should stay married or get divorced. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the steps you need to take to make that decision. Should I stay in my marriage or should I get divorced? Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Hi, my name's Robin Grain. I've been in the divorce business for nearly 20 years. I've been a divorce lawyer, divorce mediator, divorce coach, certified divorce financial analyst, family law hearing officer, and divorce mom of 2 great adult kids. In this video, I'm going to help walk you through what you need to consider if you're trying to make that very difficult decision. Should I stay married or should I get a divorce? I have a 3-step process to help my coaching clients make that ultimate decision, the biggest decision of their life, oftentimes. So before we get started, please hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell. You're going to want to be notified because we're producing a lot of great content to help people going through marital difficulties. Step 1, initial assessment and brainstorming. First thing we would do in a coaching session is we would sit down together. Maybe you do some independent work, but we're going to have to write down a list as extensive as you want. It's good to start big and then we can always narrow down all those items in your marriage that you find unacceptable. We need to get clarity. We need a deep assessment of what is really bothering you and what is it making your marriage so difficult. You can't solve problems unless you know what they are. When you're in the middle of a bad marital situation, it's hard to think, it's hard to tease out what the real problems for resolution are and what's just sort of the massive negative feelings. I'm going to help you with that. Once you have your list of all those unacceptable problems in your marriage, behavior problems, relationship problems, problems of how you communicate, those are the 3 big ones. We're going to narrow that down to 3 to 5 of the biggest issues that are solvable. We're going to decide together what's solvable and what's not. For the unfixable problems, we're going to determine whether those are bad enough to end your marriage. That's going to be a great deal of our conversation. We're going to help you filter your problems through different perspectives, okay? Because you know, by talking to your friends and your family members, there can be several people that have the exact same problem and they manage it differently. So that's part of my job as a coach, to determine those problems which might not be fixable if they merit ending your marriage. For most of us, when we're trying to make a huge decision, like should I stay married? Should I get a divorce? Really the thing that holds us back from being able to make those decisions is fear. Fear of poverty, fear of your children's well-being, fear of loneliness, and just basic fear of the unknown. We're going to be goal-oriented and pretty direct with people. We're going to determine which fears we can get rid of with realistic solutions and which fears might just be something that we're going to have to figure out how to filter that fear and make it not so scary for you. Section 2, we're going to generate a list of options to fix your problems. Because, as I said, we're going to focus on your fixable problems because that's what we can do something about. Remember, though, you are only in control of you. You are not in control of your spouse. I'm sure you know that, but you can never be reminded of that more enough. So, of course, we'd like your spouse to be involved with the process of fixing your marriage, if that's the goal. But for right now, if I'm coaching you, that's what we got to work with. And that's okay, because you have a lot of control over your own life, and I'm going to help you. Problems come in three categories. Behavioral problems, drinking, laziness, watching too much pornography, those types of things. That's going to be up to your partner, whether your partner's going to change those or not. It's going to be up to you whether you can live with them. Some people can. Amazing. But that's going to be up to you. Those are behavioral problems. Then there are relationship problems. What comes to mind? I don't know. Sex? Yeah, sex. Sex is a huge problem in marriage. I've been in the divorce business for almost 20 years. Let me tell you, sex is the number one problem. People don't necessarily come right out and say that. There's usually reasons the sex is bad. Sometimes there's sex outside the marriage, so there's no sex inside the marriage. Sex. Let me tell you, that is a big problem. So if sex is a problem, we're going to talk about what can you do to make the sex better in your marriage. Because you kind of have to. If that's a problem, it needs to be fixed. No marriage is going to stand the test of time in this day and age where there's sex everywhere you look on the internet, unless that's going at least okay in your marriage. Other relationship problems are lack of affection, no touching, lack of a feeling of warmth. Some people, you're never going to get that from them. We're going to work on, once again, what can be fixed. The third category of problems is communication. Is there yelling in your household by you or your spouse? Is there belittling? Is there no talking, sort of ignoring and maybe stonewalling, maybe a little passive-aggressive non-communicating? That's a big problem. Usually fixable if both people want to fix it. If it's your spouse that you feel that has these communication problems, we are going to work on how you can encourage your spouse to communicate better with you. So there's a lot of things that can be done, and I would be happy to help you through that. I've done it with a lot of people, and we'll do it for you too. If you decide that the only solution for your marital problems is divorce, I can help you there too. I've been a divorce mediator for many years. Before that, I was a divorce attorney. I'm a certified divorce financial analyst. So that's not really going to be a problem. We may need to get you a little bit of help if you need an attorney in your state. We can begin your planning process, even without your spouse involved, for matters concerning your house, your children, money in the bank, retirement assets, tax problems. Sometimes there's matters regarding alimony. Certainly if you have kids, we're going to be talking about child support. All of these matters as regards divorce, we can start planning for that at the early stage. You're probably going to want an attorney or a mediator in your area, and I can certainly help you choose one that's going to be a good match for you and your spouse. If you're in Virginia, I'm happy to help you. There's a lot of steps that you can take to get yourself and your children and even your spouse prepared. And I'd be happy to help you with that if divorce is the path that you choose. Remember, you deserve more for your life. You just can't let this indecisiveness ruin your happiness. You've made many difficult decisions in your life. We all have. You can do this. I can help. If you want more information, the link for my website is below. We also have a great quiz that you can take that will help you determine whether you should stay married or whether you should get divorced. I'd really like to hear from you. Please comment below, leave me questions. I will answer your questions. I promise. It's my pleasure. Don't forget to subscribe. hit the little bell. We'll be sending a lot more great videos out there, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.